Kathmandu Metropolis has given continuity to its campaign of demolishing illegally built structures and vacating basement parking spaces in commercial buildings. Meanwhile, Kathmandu Mayor Balendra Shah has been ordered to furnish clarifications regarding a contempt case within 7 days by the Supreme Court. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. The Hindu festival of Hartalika is being celebrated across the country today by devotees of Lord Shiva with much fervor. Devotees throng Shiva temples from early morning. President expresses renewed interest on citizenship bill which has reached the Legislative Management Committee of the Upper House. Expects further discussions on naturalized provisions. One of Iraq's most powerful figures, Muqtada al-Sadr, a fire-banned Shia cleric, announces retirement from political life. Several people killed in clashes after his supporters stormed the presidential palace. And Daria Snigur shock defeats 7th seed Simona Halep to advance to the second round of the US Open tennis tournament. Defending champion Daniil Medvedev also books a spot in the second round. The Hindu festival of Hartalika is being celebrated in the country today by devotees of Lord Shiva with much fervor. Devotees have been thronging Shiva temples in the country since early this morning. Women and girls throughout the country, decked up in red saris, dresses, tikas and bangles, have been singing and dancing to traditional folk songs for the past few days. The festival is especially significant for married women when they get a special invitation to visit their maternal home and feast. Involved in long feast called Dar yesterday, the women sat for a 24-hour-long fasting where most do not eat or even drink water. Women of all age group, young and old, dance for hours today without food or water for the whole day. They ask the special blessings from Lord Shiva on this day to attain a good husband in life and pray for his longevity and prosperity. In this context, in our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces how have they viewed the changing ways of celebrating the Tej festival. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
समाजलाई अलिकति विलासितातिर धकेलेको अनुभव भइराखेको छ।
फरक भनेको के छ भन्दा आमाबुवाको पहिलाको चाहिँ मौलिकता चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ देख्न पाउँदैन।
1000 रुपैयाँ 1500 तिरेर त्यसरी पार्टी प्यालेस जानु भन्दा घरमै फ्यामिलीमै रामसँग मनाएको चाहिँ ठीक लाग्छ।
अहिलेको दिनमा हाम्रा गीत पनि हट्यो, नाच पनि हट्यो।
महँगो महँगो साडीहरू गहनाहरू लाएर देखाउने चलन छ।
अहिले आएर चाहिँ तीज चाहिँ एउटा संस्कार संस्कृति भन्दा पनि अलि भड्किलो।
मिठो खाँदाखेरि ठेर र ढकने भन्थे त्यो मासुको चलन अहिले जस्तो थिएन।
महिनौ धेरै लामो समयसम्म दर खाने चलन छ।
राम्रो हुँदा हुँदै पनि नराम्रोले बढी खिचिसक्यो क्या।
अहिलेको कति बेला माइत जाँदै खानु भन्ने मात्रै हुन्थ्यो, घरमा खान पाइँदैन थियो।
खानु पाएको छ मज्जाले, अहिले त मैतो नगए नि हुन्छ।
Members from the ruling and opposition parties at the Legislative Management Committee are divided on the citizenship bill taken forward by the government. Members of the committee put forward contrasting opinions at yesterday's meeting. Those from the ruling coalition have stressed on endorsing the bill at the earliest, while opposition members have urged for addressing contentious issues. Minister for Home Affairs Balkrishna Khan said that the bill should not be held for long in the name of consensus and amendment. Nepali Congress parliamentarian Jitendra Narayan Dev added that the recommendations of President Bidyadevi Bhandari could be discussed in the future and called for consensus. However, the opposition members demanded point-wise discussions on the citizenship bill. The next meeting of the committee is slated for tomorrow. President Bidyadevi Bhandari has held talks with Nepali Congress leaders, including Prime Minister Sherbahadur Deuba, regarding the citizenship bill taken forward by the government for the second time. In her parley with Nepali Congress leaders, President Bhandari has clarified that she had returned the citizenship bill expecting additional discussions on its provisions. In reply, Prime Minister Deuba has said that Nepali Congress had taken the president's move on a positive note. It has been learnt that Bhandari was defensive regarding former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's introduction of an ordinance regarding the citizenship bill. According to Nepali Congress General Secretary Gagan Thapa, Prime Minister Deuba had clarified President Bhandari that the government had made no changes in the ordinance introduced earlier by Oli. Deuba further informed Bhandari that the government had taken the bill forward considering it a major responsibility of the parliament. In the meeting, Thapa informed Bhandari that additional discussions on the provisions for naturalized citizenship would be discussed in the new parliament. Meanwhile, President Bhandari has also held talks with CPN-UML leaders yesterday. Prior to this, President Bhandari had returned the citizenship bill sent to her for certification. The bill, however, was endorsed yet again without any amendments and is now in the Committee of the National Assembly. Discussions have begun on the bill related to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the Commission of Investigation on Enforced Disappeared Persons at the House of Representatives. However, the House session had to be rescheduled as only 45 parliamentarians were in attendance when the bill was presented for deliberations. Minister for Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Govinda Prasad Sharma Koirala tabled a proposal for discussion on the bill at the lower house. Main opposition CPN-UML parliamentarians have termed rushing the bill without adequate consultations with the victims a wrong move. They have also shared their differences on the categorization of acts with serious violation of human rights. Meanwhile, Nepali Congress parliamentarians criticized the provision of no appeal after issue of verdicts by a special court. Responding to the questions of the parliamentarians, Minister Sharma said that the government was prepared for discussions on the provisions. The Supreme Court of Nepal has ordered Kathmandu Metropolis Mayor Balendra Shah to furnish clarifications on contempt case within a period of 7 days. A contempt of court petition was filed against Mayor Shah after he had written a social media post which involved the court regarding the demolition of the structures of Norvik Hospital. The single bench of Justice Harikrishna Karki has ordered Shah to furnish his clarifications. Meanwhile, the KMC has continued its campaign of vacating and demolishing illegally built structures in the city. The metropolis has provided 1 day time to vacate the basement space of Suraj Arcade in Makhantol, where around 22 shutters are in operation. The store owners have begun packing their goods. Meanwhile, the KMC has also warned Darbar Plaza and Maharjan complex of Basantapur to remove commercial stores operating in their basement parking spaces. The campaign started by Mayor Shah has been given continuity by the KMC police. Around 25% of parking-related problems of the metropolis are expected to be resolved by operating the basement parking spaces of the commercial buildings in the KMC. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What should be done to demolish illegal structures across the country? Your options are A, active role of public representatives, B, support from the local residents, and C, strict implementation of laws. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us.
Sports News.
Nepal are clashing against host Kenya today in the first match of the 5-match T20 series. The series is currently tied at 2-all. The deciding match of the T20 series is scheduled to kick off at 3:45 p.m. Nepal time at the Gymkhana Club cricket ground in Nairobi. In the fourth match of the series played yesterday, Nepal lost to Kenya by 7 runs. Poor batting display yet again haunted Nepal as they suffered defeat against Kenya. 10 Nepali batsmen failed to score in double digits. Kenya won the toss and elected to bat, where they were restricted to 101 runs in 20 overs. Lucas Oluch top scored for the host with a quick-fire 33 runs off 18 balls. Sandeep Lamichhane was the pick of the Nepali bowlers as he took a fifer while giving away only 9 runs in his 4 overs. It was the best bowling figures for the Nepali skipper in T20 internationals. Chasing 102 runs for a win, Nepal were restricted to 94 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in their 20 overs. Rohit Paudell's innings of 47 runs from 55 balls was inadequate as he was not supported by any other batsman. Rakeb Patel picked 3 wickets for the hosts. The defeat means Nepal have wasted the opportunity to win the series with a match to play. The decisive 5th match of the series is slated for later today. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.